Get down. Okay. Hopefully my dogs don't act like crazy lunatics. Wait till people get here. Hopefully people will show up. I know it's late. Oh, it's late, so I don't know if anybody's going to show up. Crap. If not, then we just won't do it live. Oh, yay, there's one person. I know it's late, but it is Friday. Anyways, hopefully my dogs let me actually do a live right now because they're a little full of energy. Thanks to the weather and having to do stuff and all that. So I wanted to talk about some stuff that happened when I went on my trip, but I'm waiting for people to come. Hopefully we'll get people on here. Hi, Linda. I'm hoping we'll get people on here. I know it's late. I had a lot to do today. So I did my hair, but it doesn't look very good on camera. I think it's the lighting. That's kind of what took me so long. I had to. It was overdue. Like, it looked awful. So I don't know. It looks weird in this light, but it looks good in the pictures. Hi, Terry. Hopefully my dogs let me crazy right now. My bird decides she wants to talk. Okay. You're a crazy girl. So I'm trying to just wait till a few more people get here. And if I can remember what everything I wanted to talk about, because a lot happened. And I don't want to make this too long because I'm wanting to do another reading tonight. And I have to get up really early in the morning. So I'm not going to make it really long. I'm just going to kind of talk about... My dog was acting crazy. See, it's weird. Like, it looks so much better in like pictures and stuff, but I think it's the freaking lighting. So, I'm not reading anything tonight. I'm just going to tell you guys about my trip, some things that happened because it was crazy, because we had the EVP going and it was literally talking back to us. The things that I felt, something crazy, like an area that we were at that was crazy. And then I'm going back, but I'm not going to tell anybody where I'm going because I need to work. And I think that, I don't need a lot of people around or anything like that. If I can't find them, then I'll release, if I can't find them and I can't go back, I'll release it. But, I want to try to see if they will lead me to where they are. So stop it. And I can't work, with a lot of people around and all that. And, my goodness. She was so quiet until I got on. It's like every time she knows I'm going on live, she does it. But it just depends on if we're going to have anybody come on tonight. She does. That's why I said she's always quiet until like I get online. It's on here, and then she starts talking up a storm. So I don't know why. I don't like that picture. See, my hair looks so weird on live, but it looks good in my pictures. I wonder why. It's got to be the lighting. Because I'm looking at it and I'm like seeing, oh. Okay. Yeah. And she goes, hi. She goes, what you doing, baby? Or, hi, baby. Sometimes she sounds like a cat too. She meows like a cat, but she talks a lot sometimes, especially at nighttime. And every time I get on live, she starts talking. So I don't know if she knows or what. It's super weird, but I'm glad my dog settled down because with the weather and stuff, they haven't been able to get out and run. And then I was busy today trying to do my hair and do other things. So they were put away for a little bit. So I'm glad they're chilling out for a minute. Well, most of them are. Zoop, be nice to him. Jeez, he's mean to his own kid. So I don't know if this is all we're going to have. Darn it. I know it's late, but I figured it was Friday. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I got on here as soon as I could. I'm only a little late. I'm later because I had to take my mom to run some errands and I wasn't expecting it. So it put me a few hours behind. And, hey, calm down, dude. Issues. So I apologize if he's making noise. Everybody else is, stop. Quit being weird. Everybody else is relaxing, but he's playing with his kid and they're messing up my couch. So, seriously? I'm just trying to wait to see if we're going to get any more people, and then I'll tell you guys what happened. Because I do feel really good about tomorrow. In the area I'm going, I've been manifesting a lot. I've been getting some visions regarding it, and I think it's pretty promising. So, but there's certain reasons I don't want to say where I'm going. And then, if I can't go back or I'm unsuccessful, I'll release it and maybe we can get some search teams out there. But I'm also taking this as a learning experience because I haven't been in very many locations. And eventually I want to use my gifts to find people and go in locations. And so I'm kind of trying to learn how it feels to be pulled. I'm trying to learn how it feels, different things feel. But the desert is super hard because when I went to the desert, like, dude, it was such negative energy. I was feeling things everywhere. I was getting hit in certain areas, and I was in extreme pain. I couldn't even focus. So whatever has happened out in that area, whether it be, hi Cynthia, I'm glad, yay. I've been meaning to do this live all week, and I'm sorry that I'm like late doing it. But just, you know how things happen. So I've been trying to get her all week to tell you guys what happened because we went there on Sunday. And I wanted to tell you guys about our trip because there was some trippy stuff that happened that makes me not really question the EVP apps all that much. So, because it was actually talking back to us and saying things that we were doing, and that totally tripped me out. So I think some of the stuff that the boys gave in the second reading were a validation of what had happened. Like, I kind of knew that they searched, like, in the area that we went to. But when they said 5 miles, I thought they were saying 5 miles past. So we decided to go look in that area. But I think they were trying to say that they searched 5 miles around because I didn't know that. So EVP is what spirits use to communicate. It's electronic voice phenomenon. It's some people use apps, some people use like, the big machines. Huff Paranormal uses one that he makes, and what it does is it uses frequencies so that they can talk to us and say words and things like that. And so I just had it running on my phone. I use this app, and it has had some, give me that, darn puppies. It has had some accurate things before, and there's a couple people in my group that use them all the time, and it's always accurate. I had my reading very much validated. Pam, one of the girls that I work with, she does EVPs differently, where she actually runs it off of a machine and she listens back. And a lot of the stuff that stop. Hey, you guys get along. Shara, come on. A lot of the stuff that came in her EVP validated my reading. It validated the watching them at night sleeping, and there's some other things that it validated. Oh, and they also said my name in the EVP, in her EVP. So they know that I've been working on the case. They actually said Rochelle, and that's never happened. So I thought that was pretty cool and pretty validating. And I noticed in the second reading that I did, I actually focused more on the older boy. And so I'm going to do that next time because he seems to be able to explain things a little bit better. So we have 10 people. I guess I can go ahead and talk about what we did. So when I went out there the first time, I was by myself, and let me tell you, it was trippy. Okay. I went over to the house and everything, and the cop, like I explained to you guys, the cops showed up, and they were obviously watching me because they didn't turn until I turned the other way. So I don't know if someone called on them. I know they're probably watching the house, but people were going there and putting stuff, so I didn't think it was a big deal. I wasn't doing anything. I was literally just standing out front. I was trying to get a feel, but I kept thinking I was going to get in trouble, so I really couldn't get a feel. So anyways, I decided to take the one road that I ended up looking at the prison, and I'm starting to think that the prison has a different meaning. I'm starting to think that it could be that he gets arrested later on, and also that the lights I'm seeing are a different area that kind of resemble that, but isn't it. And I can't really say it without giving away the location. I'm going to go check. And I promised the girls we would keep it secret because there's certain reasons that we want to. And it's more or less just so that I can work correctly. Anyways, so we went out that way, and we're like, well, because, the readings are sometimes hard to understand. Sometimes when they give validation, we don't know that it's a validation. We think they're trying to give location or something, because they give validation to like show that what I'm getting is accurate. So I had thought that they were saying they were 5 miles past where the cops had looked, because in the vision they showed me the cops had checked, which I kind of knew, but it still came in, so I said it. I did not know that they checked the 5 miles around, so I thought, well, maybe they're saying they're 5 miles past that. We missed it. So we go out there, and I wasn't going in the backyard. I was just standing in the front of the house. Literally, that was it. And I was only there for a couple minutes. So I wasn't walking around the house, going in the house, anything like that. I was trying to get a feel from standing outside. I already know that they're doing an investigation. I would never go up into the yard or anything like that. I was trying to stand outside the yard. I wasn't even in the yard. I was standing out front where everybody put all the candles and toys and everything. But it's been moved to the front door now. So anyways, so we headed out to the desert, and we past the park, Galileo Park or whatever, and we're just out there because I was trying to go by what I had seen. It was weird. There was this creepy like trailer out there, and it was creepy, dude. I don't know if anybody lives there. I don't know what happens out there, but total trip kind of place. So we're driving around, like we would go down. Well, right before we would hit it, I would get hit in the face, that trailer. And I'm like, well, what the heck? I didn't think it was the boys or anything, but I can feel different spirit. I can feel the energy of the places and stuff like that. So, desert's got a lot of weird energy in it, whether it be cartel and all that, buried bodies out there, people buried bodies out there. There's accidents out there with the motorcycles. There's the land. It can be all sorts of things. So it's very hard to get a feel out there. So I feel like we kind of wasted a lot of time, but I couldn't figure out why I kept getting hit in the face in this one spot. And it was the same spot every time. And they even told me to stop at one point. But while we're out there, I have my EVP running, and it's just an app. It's just a Perilous app. I've never used it on a location or anything like that. But I said, we're just going to turn it on. And it was literally talking back to us. It was funny because I was saying, thank you, Cannabis Queen. I was saying, I was picking, okay, because, all right, there's beautiful, if you're spiritual, you know that you're into crystals, right? Well, there's beautiful rose quartz out there, like big ones and quartz. So while I'm out there walking around, I'm picking up these rose quartz, and I have like a whole pile of them. And the EVP said rose quartz. I was like, whoa, because that's never happened. So it was literally like talking to us and interacting with us. And then the lady I was with, she gets out of the car. As soon as she gets out of the car, it says outside. And I'm trying to remember everything that happened because there was a lot of like it talking to us. And she was outside and she was asking questions and like just talking to spirit. And it said yes. And I'm like, did you just ask it a question? She's like, yes. And I said, well, just said yes. And she's like, oh my gosh. Because the question she asked, the answer was either yes or no. It was a yes or no question. And I'm trying to think of other stuff. Like it said mattress. And we like right after that, we ran across the mattress, like randomly in the thing. There was, it kept like, it would reply to us. It wasn't like just spitting out random words. And it kept saying Benjamin, and there is a missing person in that area named Benjamin. So I thought that was interesting. So I kept getting hit in the face at this one area where that weird, it's so weird, okay, because it's lined with rocks. There's a weird trailer out there and a weird bus, and the car flipped over. And it kept showing me like the red boat in my mind. We go over there and there's a red boat. And it's like trashy and stuff. And I'm like telling her, like, I know they're not here, but why do I keep getting hit in this spot? And I was like, you know what? Maybe that dude is like some kind of killer or something. And he, like, I don't know. My mind like went wild with maybe whoever lived there did some bad stuff. And we both look at each other and we went, let's get the hell out of here. So we got the hell out of there. And plus, at the same time, I kept wanting to go back. It didn't feel, I was feeling things, but I didn't feel like, it was hard to tell because, like I said, I was feeling so much. But I kept wanting to go back the way that, we came back towards the prison, back even towards the house later on. So we get back in the car and we go back. We kind of go a long way. And we go back over to like 145th and all of that. And the side streets, you take the side streets off. And that area is even worse. And I think it's because the prison's over there. I think it's because people ride and they get in accidents. I don't know. So we're going down the road, and I had my rods out. And because, like I said, I had gotten the prison and I felt really weird on that road. So I wanted to go check it out. So I had my rods out, and then all of a sudden they crossed and I got hit right in the sternum. Like somebody punched me at the same time they crossed. And I was like, whoa. And then I got super nauseous. And I'm like, oh, what the heck is going on here? And, I couldn't tell who it was, if it was just the energy of something, another spirit, whatever. So then I'm like, okay, well, let's just keep going. Because it wasn't really anywhere that I've seen. Because remember, I kept seeing like a drainage pipe. And that's something that I've continued to see. And the dust that I've been getting could just be the fact of the desert or whatever. So anyways, I had gotten hit in the sternum. That happened. So I got nauseous. And I'm like, dude, I feel really sick right here. Like, we need to get out and walk around. But at the same time, I was like cold and windy. And we get to 145th. and we turn and the EVP tells us to walk. So I wish it worked like that, but for me it doesn't. If you call it, they're not in that area anyways. I realized that later when I'll tell you what happened. I'll continue with my story. So I'm like, because there's a Rode Oscar there that I've gotten. And I got that in Delphi right before, and I don't know where it fits, but I thought it was weird that name was there. So I was like, let's go across to let's go across to the other side. And we're over there, and the EVP tells us Thomas. I'm like, dude, didn't we just see a Thomas Street over there? Thomas Street was just where we were. Well, I was like, let's go back, because what are the odds of that? Like, it says the street that we're right by. So we go back, and it was getting dark by now. We really couldn't see anything. But the entire time, Stitch, stop. The entire time, it was talking to us, you know. It was, I can't even remember everything that it was saying, but it was literally replying to us. So that tripped us out. And like I said, the desert, it's horrible energy out there. So by this time, I've got a fibro flare. I can't distinguish which way to go. I can't distinguish anything at this point. Just that I have pain everywhere. And because that's what happens to me in really negative energy and that's what's happened to me when I went to haunted houses, is my body will just hurt and I'll feel super heavy. And I told her, it's dark anyways, let's go back, let's go back to the house. But at the time I kept wanting to go back that way anyways. And it was weird because there was a couple things we said in the beginning that we should have checked out, and we didn't. So it was interesting though. And the reason why I say it was good was because it was still in a location, and it still allowed me to feel how spirit feels outside. You know what I mean? In different areas. So it did kind of teach me stuff. It also taught me that I need to leave the location, go somewhere else, maybe eat because it drains your energy, and then come back. So, and maybe go over my reading, because later on, I'm driving home and I'm getting all these, things where I'm getting drawn to certain things. I'm getting drawn to a tower. Well, that came out in the reading. I'm getting drawn to this. I'm getting drawn to that. And so the boys are trying to take me somewhere else, and they're trying to draw me by saying, usually I get drawn to names and things, but now they're starting to draw me to certain things that I see. And now it's making sense. So I think about my other reading, and I think about some stuff I got before around the time they went missing, that I did the Delphi reading before, and there's something that came in there that I think fits the boys, and it has to do with our location. And I start thinking about the second reading, because there was a time I started focusing on the older boy, and I really started getting good information. And so now we know where we want to go check. So, we're headed tomorrow. Like I said, I told the girls we wouldn't say where, because I need to work. I need to see what I can feel. I'm wanting to do a reading tonight to see if they can, because the whole time I was asking them where they were, but I think they were sort of trying to tell me, but it's hard for them to get through with all the other spirits. With me, I'm just learning to feel energy. I've never been a strong feeler of energy. I don't know how to follow the energy. You watch Cincy Murder and they just follow the energy. I don't know how to do that. So it's a learning thing for me. But we do know that I do know how to get to locations. I just don't realize it. And a couple examples are, Tammy, real quick, I'll tell you, it's better. I just have right here where my vein is sticking out. It's just a superficial thrombosis. And so it's apparently no big deal. Anyways, so we do know that I do know how to get to location. The fact is that I don't really know or realize when I'm there. Example, I've talked about this before, was Bryce Lapeza or whatever his name was. Well, I went down to Castaic because someone told me about the case, and I said, well, I'm just going to go drive around and see what I get. So I went down there. I went to the area. I didn't want to leave the area. I didn't know why I didn't want to leave the area. I didn't know, where he had anything really about the case. So all I knew is I didn't want to leave there. I knew the dam was important, and that was it. And I couldn't figure out how to get down. And when I tried to figure out how to get down, I got in trouble. So I have a thing with getting in trouble. I'm not very, I don't know what the word is. Quiet, to where I don't attract attention. I don't know. That's always a security guard or something. So anyways, just recently I was watching Disappeared, and it was on there, and it showed the exact area I was at, and that's where his car went over. So I did go there, and I was in the right area of where his car went over, and that's why, without knowing, of course. I just knew that it was important. Then, I don't know if you guys remember how Dawn came in the reading, and every time when I drove past the first time, I was drawn to the word Dawn, or the name Dawn. And I knew that they had found remains out there, but I didn't know what the street was or anything. Come to find out, I had wanted to get off on the road Dawn, but it was dark and I was by myself. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Come to find out, that's where they found the body off of Dawn and Frontage. So I do have pools. It's recognizing those pools, and they're not always easy to recognize because sometimes they're very, they're not strong. They're not in your face. And sometimes they are. I always look for that feeling when I get hit in the face, because that tells me I've hit an area where something, or if I feel a certain way. So, it was very interesting, and I thought it was just funny because the EVP was responding to us, and it wasn't, I didn't expect it because I've never seen the EVP do that before. Like, I've played it in my house just to see if I get anything, and there's some stuff that came in that now is showing me, hey, maybe this is the right location, because it came in the first time I went out there, and I kind of, I do that. I have sometimes I don't listen. Sometimes I don't listen to my pools. I don't listen to my thoughts and things like that until something is like, just, okay, you should listen now, or I start putting stuff together, and then I'm like, okay, it makes sense. So sometimes it takes me a little bit to click, and that comes with the learning part of it. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. And I feel pretty good about it, though. I really do. I really feel good about it, because to me it makes sense. Things that I've been seeing the last few days are validating it. So, I really think, and me, it's all about me helping spirit, me helping missing people. That's what I spent 8 years doing. And it's just, this is a really good learning experience, because I don't go into a lot of locations. And it's different looking at a map, trying to figure it out, and going in a location. Maps look completely different than locations. Also going to try something with a pendulum and a paper map. I've never used a paper map before. So I think that's maybe why my pendulum's never been super accurate. Well, I'm going to use my necklace, but we're going to see how that works. So we're going to start super early, be out there at 8 o'clock, and I don't know, go from there. But hopefully, I'm hoping tonight when I do my reading that I can see more stuff around me that will validate my area, and that will show me what I need to look for, So sometimes spirit knows, sometimes they don't. Let's just all pray and hope for the best. And I've been manifesting it. So, and you know what? I think I asked for it when I went out there the last time, because I had a little talk with God, my guides, everybody. And I said, look, you guys need to make me feel everything that you can make me feel so that I know where I'm going. And I'll be damned if they didn't, but it wasn't in the area I needed to go. They made me feel everything from everybody else. But it was weird, because there was Benjamin did keep coming through on the EVP, and there is a Benjamin missing in that area. And it kind of made me wonder, but I'm out there in an area where I could be picking up stuff, stuff from the prison, whatever. So it was, but like I said, everything happens for a reason. There's a learning and teaching point in that. Even though we feel like we kind of wasted our time in this whole, when we realized stuff on Monday, because we went Sunday, realized stuff on Monday, I was like, shoot, now I have to wait all week because it was snowing and raining all week. So I've been driving myself crazy over here, but we've been preparing more. So, because when you get stuff, you want to go see if it's there right away. And I've been a very impatient little child waiting to see if, certain things were right. So, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was, deserts are like, that's what I was saying. It's dumping ground. There's accidents. There's all kinds of stuff, because people ride motorcycles out there. I'm sure there's accidents out there. Like there's so much. It's really bad. It's hard to get a feel for anything because the energy is so strong. It's hard to just focus on one point. But there was stuff that kept telling me to go back the other direction where we came from, to go back towards the house. And not saying that they're around the house at all, but back that direction. And so I was, and it was just like I realized it too late, and I needed to kind of like listen to that pool. But everything was hitting me all over. I was just like, and then my friend that was with me, she's like, so how are you feeling? What are you feeling? How are you feeling? And I'm like, dude, I don't even know anymore. Like, I'm feeling everything. I don't know what you want me to say. I was like, every part of my body is hurting. And then, and then I come home and my legs felt all weird because I was in the desert, and I guess it's like uneven ground. Couldn't walk. I was so tired for like 2 days. I was dead because I have back issues and really bad issues anyways. And so sometimes it's hard to also decipher my own issues from spirit, what spirit's giving me, So yeah, I think that the desert is the worst place I've ever felt. And well, that and the haunted house that I did a haunted house reading one time. This guy was just like, he's happy to live with ghosts. He loves living with ghosts. He's cool that he has a portal in his house and everything. And I did a live on Facebook a while ago when I went and did that. There's like 20 different stories of ghosts that I came up with when I was there. And there was a negative one just sitting there staring at me. And I don't know. It was kind of a crazy, crazy thing. But there I felt bad too. The desert's the second place I felt like that. And there was a place I did a cleansing at I felt like I got a horrible fibro flare. Like it just like makes me ache all over. I don't know. So I can feel, it's just deciphering what I'm feeling, I guess, and trying to sort it out, And sometimes it takes more than one time to realize what you're doing. Yeah. And like I said, it could be for so many different reasons, It could be there was an accident there. It could be a lot of different things, And I kept thinking, dude, we're going to find all kinds of bodies out here in the desert because you hear so many things. And I know for a fact because of someone that told me something, and I'm not going to name names or anything why, but I know it's legit. And, they told me, hey, you don't even realize how many bodies there are in the desert and the mountains. And, yeah, so it's hard for someone and I didn't realize how sensitive I was because, like I say, sometimes it's not as strong, sometimes I don't stop. Who's growling? Stop. They're all piled together, growling at each other. So sometimes, I don't realize how strong things really feel. But my clairsentience has really picked up this last year. I'm being, it started with being pulled to names that end up matching locations, or an area that we're looking at ends up another body's found, not the body that we're looking for. That's kind of frustrating, that we're sitting there trying to find someone and then we're led to someone else, but we don't realize it until it comes out on the news and we're like, dude, we were just in that area. No wonder we were in that area. No wonder you got this name. No wonder. But it would be nicer if they would be like, look, you're here because of this reason. But it doesn't work like that because we are human and we are connecting to spirit, and it's not as easy as people think. And also, like, I'm not used to being in location, so I'm not used to connecting to spirit when I'm out there. You know, I have a hard time. It's almost like I can't get any information, but there's certain things I'm going to try, I think, tomorrow that I didn't try this last time. And I think it'll be helpful. And now that I know how it feels, and I'm learning what the pools feel like being out there actually, because now I'm seeing, okay, I felt like I wanted to go down Dawn. That's how it felt to be really, really pulled to a location. And there was a body there, you know, were remains there or whatever, which I didn't realize. I knew that they found some there, but I didn't know exactly where it was. So the fact that I felt pulled that way, okay. And then also now that kids are bringing my attention as I'm driving to certain things that now make sense to my area. And I'm like, okay, so that's where they were bringing my attention to that. That's where they were bringing my attention to that. So I do know that the blinking lights are like super important, but I think it's interesting because back in Stephanie, I don't know whoever followed me in Stephanie Parze, but you know, she was found around this time last year. But in her reading, and I get stuff sometimes a year ahead. That's what another thing that's so hard sometimes is that sometimes my interconnects come in a year beforehand before it even happens. Anyways, in her case, I kept getting like a windmill farm, and there's one there, like very close to where I want to go. There's a windmill farm. And every time I kept seeing that, my mind kept going back to Stephanie's reading and seeing the windmill farm. And I'm like, dude, could it fit here? Like, you know, because there's a lot of them. Like it's a huge farm. It's all over the mountains. And I'm like, dude, could that be where the windmill farm comes? Because it hasn't fit anywhere else. And the fact that it could interconnect because of the timing of them going missing, you know, and her being found and everything. So I think it does definitely. Well, yeah, but it is the blinking lights. However, the blinking lights near them, I think, is towers. Like, you know, because they showed it to me as a tower, not as a windmill. But I think the windmills are from Stephanie's reading. So I think that's where they fit because they haven't fit anywhere else. And they didn't really fit in Stephanie's either. So, hi, Rochelle. It sounds so weird to say my own name. It's funny you said, how are you? And she said, what you doing? So, we were just talking about my crazy stuff going on. So it was a good experience though, but now, you know, me and my friend are going back out and she's driving a long ways, you know, and if anybody wants to help donate for our trip, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to, but I've been thankful that I've been able to get over there, even though my car kind of sounds like it's falling apart right now. But definitely we had to wait for the weather to get better, and we just need good vibes tomorrow and some, you know, even if we go and we get a better idea of things, you know, yes, because I was not going to go, well, actually I was prepared to go out there alone again, but it's so much better with someone else that they can drive and I don't have to focus on driving, you know, because I think when I focus on driving, it's too hard to feel things. So I think the fact that she can focus on driving, I can do other stuff, either, you know, look at their picture, try to connect to them, maybe use the map with my pendulum, you know, pay attention to where we're going. It'll just be a lot easier to do that. So, you know, I think I've been feeling really positive about this trip. Like it feels different than the other ones. I think I was questioning my other area a lot. And, because when I got out there the first time when I was by myself, I didn't really get to look. So it was like the next time I really wanted to go see. And I think the prison might mean something different than what I thought it did, or it could be the fact that the lights are somewhere else, which I think. So I'm not going to put out, I'm going to try, hopefully my girls are around to do it tonight because it's late. If not, then I don't know. Maybe I can do it in the morning, or maybe I can try to do it myself. The only problem is when I do readings myself and I'll write, I get a bunch of different cases. I've tried to focus just not doing that, but it doesn't work. I don't know. I think because I'm just so open, I just get a ton of stuff. So, depending on what happens tomorrow, I'll know when I'm going to post the other one or whatever. But like I said, we kind of just want to keep it quiet so that I can work. You know what I mean? And we don't want to give anybody like false hope unless I know for sure or something, So, but yes, you guys have to remember something, and this is why I try to tell everybody, is a lot of times just because they're kids when they pass away does not mean that they act like kids. The spirits are old, remember? Our spirits, our souls are old. A lot of us had old souls. It's very rare. I mean, it can happen where it's new souls. I mean, obviously new souls are born all the time. But a lot of times they're not. I haven't seen any new souls. I mean, sometimes they have a hard time communicating, but it's not necessarily because they're kids. It's just because sometimes they don't know where they are completely. Sometimes they have a hard time describing it. But even adults have that. So it's not necessarily their age, because like I say, the souls are old. My soul is not, it's not stuck at 38, I'm much older in my soul, but there's a lot of different reasons why. But I do notice when I concentrate on the older boy, I get more. And I think that might be because he's outgoing and he's more protective. The other one's very quiet and young, but like I said, their souls are older, so it's not really that they're kids. So yes, I'm an Aquarius. My birthday is February 12th. And so thank you for that. My son's goats might be due around that time, so that's very stressful as well. I keep dreaming of that happening, and people don't realize because it's cold. I'm like, if she has them and I don't know, like they could freeze to death. And so that's stressing me out. So I dream about them every night, and this is stressing me out. But yeah, I know I was going to wear my mom got me a sweatshirt that said just a girl that loves wolves, but I'm going to wear it tomorrow for good luck, because she's like, I bought it with love and blah, blah. And she did good, because I almost started crying because it's totally me. And the wolf is like made out of like sky and star. I'll have to wear it another time when I come on here. Kind of just threw this one on after I finished dyeing my hair and stuff. But I was trying to make it mermaid. Like it sucks because you can't really see. Like you can't really see how cool it looks unless you're my friend on Facebook and I posted pictures. But let me see if I can get it to. Let me see if I can shine a light on it and show you guys. I don't know why that's on. See? It looks better when you shine a light on it. So it's mermaid hair this time. Green, blue, and purple. What do you guys think? I don't know. So I'm glad it turned out good, because anyways, so yeah, that's it. I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm amped, because when we first kind of we first kind of realized what the boys were trying to say. There was some validations that we found that matched what I've gotten, and so I got like super amped, and I'm like, damn, it's snowing, we can't go. So we've had to wait this whole time. Thank you guys. I know it turned out cool. It doesn't look as good like without shining the light on, huh? It looks weird, but I think it's just the lighting. Lighting's crap. So, it was time. It was time. It was all grown out. The roots were all grown out. It was all faded. It looked like hell. And I just felt like it was time to redo it. You know, it was time to redo it. So, but what was really cool was whenever, you know, my friend Pam, she said, you know, the EVP, they said your name. So that made me feel really, really good. The boys have been paying attention, that I've been looking for them. And it's such a sad story. I mean, every time I do kids cases, it's always so sad. I mean, I do a lot of kids cases, and there's some mediums that can't do it, but I think I do it because, you know, they need to be found too. And I do really well with kids. You know, I do really well with them. They have an easy time talking. So it's just at first, I think a lot of it was I was second guessing. I was second guessing a lot because everybody kept telling me they're in Bakersfield, they're in Bakersfild, they're in Bakersfield. And I'm like, that's not what I'm getting. That's not what I'm getting. You know, it's not what I'm getting. And then there was something that came in the second reading that validated I was right. And so now I'm kind of relaxed, and now I know that's where they are. And so I'm not going to listen to anybody else. I'm not going to listen to anybody's thoughts. I'm just going to go by what I get. And that's what I have to get. Even if everybody thinks it wrong, I don't even care. So, yeah, they do know. And that kind of like, you know, touched my heart too, because when spirit does stuff like that, and I've tried to get him to come into dreams and stuff, but instead of that, I'm seeing there's something specific that I kept seeing over and over and over and over and over this morning. And so now I kind of know what I'm looking for. I think they're trying to tell me like something about the area they're in. So it was repeating. I haven't been able to sleep. Like every morning this week, I've woken up thinking about it and spent a lot of time on the map and getting frustrated. So yeah, they're not in Bakersfield. Every time I tried to look in Bakersfield, they wouldn't let me. And they make me feel very frustrated. That's where everybody's focused. So I've always gotten desert with them. And I think they went missing. Like I always told my girls a few days before they were, not months, but like a few days before they were said to have been. I haven't, yeah, it is. And there's a lot of stuff that I have had validated with my readings through EVPs and other things that are telling me I'm on the right track. So, you know, the more that I tried to go away, the more spirit was like, no. And, because everybody's saying that, because they think that they went missing before. And there's a psychic that I adore her, and we always get the same stuff, and we're not this time. And so it started making me second guess, because I usually don't watch, but I watch after I'm done and see that we get stuff. But yeah, I just said a few days before they were reported missing, because they showed me Christmas lights, like they saw Christmas lights. So it was around that time, but it wasn't the day that he said. I think he just picked like a day and said, well, we better say something now, you know? But yeah, I mean, that's been my feeling from the beginning. And I think it was because they validated with the Christmas lights in the second reading. Like he showed me that they saw them. So that would be December. But I do think, like I said, I think I keep getting, you know, like a few days before. So I think that's about right. It's what feels right anyways. Like it doesn't feel like, I kept thinking like about months before. It didn't feel like months. It didn't feel like a month's thing. And seriously, dude. Just ignore him being a little punk over there. Yeah, I think I do. I mean, I question my gifts a lot, and that's because, like I said, I haven't been in a lot of locations. So this is a very huge learning experience for me. I've been a couple times, but it's been years ago. Like, I was nowhere then where I am now. I'm a lot stronger now. Get off! You're going to ruin my wolf thing, little shit. Black cats. At one point, I don't think he kept them there long after it happened. And for what happened to them, I don't feel like there's any blood, so luminol's not going to show. And I just think, honestly, he's a smart psychopath, and he has everybody fooled right now. Well, not everybody, because, I mean, we all know that they did it, but as far as, like, no evidence for the cops or anything like that, you know, other than the inconsistencies. Hi. Can you stop? He's a little stinker. I love that cat. He's so sweet, but man, he's a little shit. See, I don't want you messing with that. He's messing with the wire thing instead of the I don't want him hitting my wolf thing. I don't care about the other thing. So, I know I haven't been around. I had yeah, like I said, I think it had something to do with peeing the bed, or and I think that he's also very very explosive. Like I said, I thought he drinks, possibly did drugs. I think he's got some mental issues, and I think he loses his temper. And I think that they were being abused anyways. I think that they weren't eating. I think they were being, hiding in a closet. I think all that kind of stuff. And it's possible that I feel like he treated them different than he did the other kids for whatever reason. And I mean, it's possible they did, but it might be that they're afraid to say anything, or that he did it more in a just towards them and not towards the other kids. Can you quit? I don't want you to rip that. This is important. So I think that I don't even know. I think that there's a lot that I've had validated that's telling me that it's right. There's stuff that's come out that I've said, or other things that we've come across that has validated, especially where I'm feeling at now. So, and like I said, part of that location came in before I ever did the reading. So, oh yeah, I didn't come back on after that, huh? He's fine. He's absolutely fine. Thankfully to all my beautiful YouTube people that helped me. I'm so appreciative. He's out being a little jerk. He just had a really bad UTI and allergic bronchitis, but they had to run a bunch of tests to make sure that he didn't have stones, to make sure that it was bronchitis. And so he just got like a shot of antibiotics, and then he couldn't really breathe. He had really bad bronchitis, and so I took him to a different vet, and I was like, because they didn't even treat him for that. They're stupid. I'm like, why would you send a cat back? Like, they can't even breathe. Why didn't you guys give him like a shot of steroid or something? Because I mean, I'm not a vet, and I know that. And they were like, oh, unless you spend $300 on x-ray, we're not going to give a steroid. Okay, so you're going to let a cat not be able to breathe. It was really stupid. So I took him to this one, and they gave him the steroid without that. They ran the blood test because they needed to make sure his kidneys and everything were okay. But, yeah, he's okay now. He had a long-acting steroid, which they said he might need once a year. But he had, it's just a bad UTI, I guess. So they gave him a really strong antibiotic, and he's better now. As far as I see, he's running around acting crazy again. So sometimes, before he was very all over me sleeping, because he would shiver and stuff, and I'd have to cover him up. But he sleeps with me now too. He's gotten really clingy lately, but I guess because of going through that. So yeah, he does. And I put apple cider vinegar in the water too. And on all my animals' water, the apple cider vinegar, because it keeps the UTIs away and all that. So way too many, dude. We're going to be moving soon, though, to some acreage and hopefully a bigger place. I hope. Knock on wood. I hope so. Yeah, and it was weird because I didn't know any of that stuff, and I kept getting, like, one of the kids might have had ADHD or some kind of hyperactive thing. But also, you know, kids are like that anyways. But hi, Sheila. Yeah. So I'm not done with it. I've been actually focusing on that, and it's real. Like, I haven't really done anything else because I have another case that I need to do. God bless her heart. I promised her I'd do it, and I went through a really exhaustion period. Like I say, I go through these periods where I'm like super exhausted. I can't do anything, and I still get super tired really easily. But I feel pretty good, and I think it's because I'm just amped about it. But bless her heart, I owe her a reading. She's looking for a husband. I got to do it for her. But this happened with the boys, and I really wanted to get on it because it's in my location. It's in my area. I can actually go look and learn and all of that stuff. Even if I don't find them, I'm still learning from it. So it's, it's definitely something that I felt like I needed to work on. And I even had people like, hey, can you work on this? I'm like, no, I'm so focused on the boys right now that I feel like I'm close. I feel like I'm close, and I just don't want to interfere with another case. I don't want anything to interfere right now. So yeah, Terry, I mean, I see him drink water all the time, so I really don't know what happened. Other than, like, they told me that he is a sickly cat, and we even we tested him for feline leukemia because she said he doesn't look like he's 2 years old. He doesn't act like he's 2 years old. Well, he's almost 3 now, but or any of that. And so they tested him for that, and he was cool then. He was, he didn't have it, thank God, because I started crying when she said that because they thought that he did have it, but he didn't. So I'm not this time. I'm not gonna go by myself. My friend's coming up all the way from San Diego, so she's driving 4 hours. So very thankful for that. We did have a couple other people going last time, but it ended up just being us. So I'm guessing you're in Bakersfield, Terry. Yeah, he does. Well, they're saying he has like he got bronchitis from allergies, and so I got a couple air cleaners. He hasn't had a problem since, but they gave him a really strong, I guess it lasts for 4 months or something. I'm also taking my dog, so I'm going to take Zook. He's a shepherd, and regardless of if he's trained or not, dogs can still smell. So, oh, Lancaster. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. So you're kind of close to the area then. I go to Lancaster. That's where I actually took the cat, was Lancaster. And I hate, that's where I bought my car. I hate going there though. I don't like it. It is, it can be, and my cases can kind of intermix and interconnect. And so I was trying, it's kind of I just was so focused on the boys. I'm not really wanting to do anything else right now until I feel satisfied that I've done all that I can, And it sucks because I'm pushing other people back, but I mean, they're kids, and I always seem to take kids first over adults. And that's not to say that they're more important or anything. It's just, they're kids. So I don't know. I really have to get on her reading though. And for the life of me, I had a new client, and I just realized the other day that we had rescheduled to the 19th of January, and I never heard from her, and I don't remember her name. And so I was hoping she'd message me. I'm going to have to go do some digging and see if I can find her, because I don't like that either. But it totally slipped my mind too. So, but I have a better idea on how I want to do this tomorrow. So, hold on one second. I have people messaging me, so well, I've done a lot of cases. Like I worked Lizzie. I don't know if you guys know about Lizzie out in Utah. I worked that case. I worked the Delphi girls. I worked a lot of kid cases, and so kids and females seem to be what I mostly get. I haven't worked a lot of male cases. I've maybe worked 2 male cases in all the cases that I've done. It's weird. I don't know why. No clue why I don't get very many male cases, but it's mostly women and kids. Kind of weird. But I've done a couple male cases, like I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know, but I just don't ever get them. So I don't know. I do feel bad. I have to help her out, but because I told her I would, but then just everything started happening, and it's just hard. I would like to work. I would like to work more local cases, because I mean, there's a lot of people missing. I would like to work more local cases so that I can maybe go to locations and learn. I want to learn how more to feel the energy and more location stuff. Because eventually, hopefully, if I do my if I can get my nonprofit going, I would be going to locations. So I do want to learn how to do that more. So I know, but men go missing too, honey. Lots of men goes. I mean, there's a lot of missing men as well, and a lot of missing boys. I've only worked a couple of boys. I don't know if you guys remember. I worked, and he was found alive. Kenneth. I don't know if you guys remember that I worked Kenneth, but he was found alive, and I told everybody he was alive, and I told everybody exactly where he was. And if the people that I sent there would have went up on the hill, they would have found him. So he was, for being alive, that was super strong. And I was able to, I said that they needed horses, and there was certain stuff that happened the next day, and I talked to him. It was weird because it was like I was there with him where he was hiding, and I told him, I said, you know what, I know you're scared, but you got to come out. You got to come out, or they're not going to find you. And they found him the next day. It was pretty amazing. But other people were thinking he wasn't alive, and I said, yes, he's alive, because he was outside in the cold, and I was praying for protection for him and stuff. But the people that I told them, I was like, if you guys would have went on the damn mountain, you guys would have found him. But I had this know-it-all. This is what sucks when I have to send other people there to search. I had a know-it-all that just wouldn't not listen to me, So, kind of irritating. Yes, I can. I think that's kind of what I do in my readings a lot of the time, is I can, yes, I can. I actually do it naturally. I don't try to do it a lot of the time, but that's why I was saying, hopefully whenever I do my other reading, that I can see what's around me, because sometimes I can stand where they're standing and look around sometimes. So, Kenneth, no, he was playing outside with his dad, and his dad turned around, and I said that he chased bugs, and they said that he probably chased bugs. It was weird because they had my reading. The cops had my reading, because the next day they repeated stuff off of my reading, but yet they didn't say I helped. But they repeated, he probably chased bugs. I said that in my reading, and they don't know that for a fact. But it's like, obviously they had it, because the family gave it to them. So, But it sucks the only thing about this is when you don't get any kind of credit when it comes to people trying to listen to you, or you trying to get people to listen to you and you have no credit because you don't get any credit or people don't notice what you do, then it's really hard to get anybody to listen to you. I can't even get cops to listen to me. So, yeah, no, they didn't. They didn't say, oh, yeah, psychic help. No, they didn't do that. But yet they basically were saying verbatim off my reading. Dude, I got the name of the dog that found him in that reading. That was a trip. It was, I can't remember it now. It started with an R. But it was the same dog that found him, and I got his name. And I also got Spider-Man in there. They used a Spider-Man chair for the scent. And they rode on horses. So that was pretty badass reading. And the person, before she stabbed me in the back that I was working with on the case, actually contacted the news and tried to get them to pay attention, and they didn't. Because they were only trying to get me credit. And it's not that I really want credit. It's that I only want credit so that I can say, look, I helped this. So can you listen to me on this? You know what I mean? Because otherwise it's like no one listens to me, and I get so frustrated because I'm stuck here, and I'm just like, I get frustrated, you know, because I can't get anybody to go look. It was a search dog, you know. They pick up the scent. I can't remember his name right now, but I got his name in the reading, and it was the same dog that found him. He was a hound dog. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. It's been like a year, something. So, right, exactly, because it's like in this business, especially when you're doing missing persons and things, you have to prove yourself. Like, you have to prove yourself. They're not just going to listen to you, you know, if you don't prove yourself. So, I have that's why I do YouTube. I do YouTube so that, for one, maybe people can get an idea and it will help the case. And for two, it's there if it ever does happen, just like Stephanie. Nobody would work with me on Stephanie's case because I couldn't give an exact location because I'm not from the area. So it wasn't looking on the map like I was seeing it, because the problem with my gifts is I see it like I'm standing there. There's the remote viewing. Therefore, when I get on a map and it looks different, I'm like, shit, because it doesn't look like how I see it. So the family would not work with me on that case because I couldn't say, oh, they're right here. But if we would have talked about it and I would have told them what I was getting, because they're from the area, they might have known what I was talking about, because she was exactly where I said she would be. I have somebody that I know that became friends with me on Facebook, and she said, you know, I will never second guess you again, because every time I drive by where Stephanie was found, it looks exactly like you described it. So, you know, you can't ask for anything better than that. And yet there was a guy that wrote a hate article that how much I let Stephanie down. What can I do from California? You know what I mean? If I don't have the help of certain people. So, and they wouldn't search in areas, I was saying, because they wanted to search in their own areas. Well, they're searching random areas anyways. What's the difference? And searching an area that someone's saying to check. So, I mean, I'm not perfect. You know, I'm not going to get everything right all the time. I'm not God, but I'm pretty damn accurate. Thank God. It's just that, you know, the learning of to be in a location is a lot harder. If people don't realize, because it's hard to feel the feelings. You know, we're all gifted differently. And like I said, I'm not that strong at feeling energy. I've tried to learn how to follow energy, but I really don't understand how to do it. Like, I even took a class with Lisa Williams. She tried to explain it. But I have a really hard time understanding, because I just don't work that way. So, well, I mean, it's there. Anybody that watches the video and then goes back, actually, I did a validation video on it. If I'm that right, I did a validation on Kenny, and I did a validation on that one. So if I'm not right, I'll do a validation and I'll point everything out. And then when people watch the validation, they're like, oh, wow, you were right on that one. A lot of people knew I was right on that. And that's how I got a lot of my subscribers, was through Stephanie. But, what case was that, Tammy? Oh, to go for this one. That right. Okay. Yeah, I know. Whatever. I don't care. They don't believe in psychics, but all you got to do is watch Sensing Murder to show that people can do it. And you know what? When you watch that show and you see how accurate they are, they give every freaking detail. And they take them right to where they were last seen, murdered, where they lived, everything, without knowing a detail. How can anybody else explain that? And the whole problem is the cops drop the ball. They give them all this information and they don't do anything with it, or they don't search the area, or, oh my gosh, we don't have enough money to dig up this area. Come on. You either want to find them or you don't. It's called Sensing Murder, and it's on Tubi. So Tubi's free. I'm rewatching it all. I've watched it 100 times, but I kind of learn too how they work. Kind of teaches me something. But it's a good movie. I got my friend that's going with me tomorrow into it. But I mean, if you watch it, you'll see the cops always drop the ball. There's some cops that are like, oh, okay. But like they even had a person call in and say that threaten the psychics and say that they were in the right spot, and they still didn't dig it up. It's just like, really? And they describe these people, and these people match 30 to 40 things on a person, and they're still not arrested. So I don't know. I think it's a good show, and I wish they still had it. They don't have it going anymore, huh? It's a freaking awesome show. Like, I watch that show and I feel like I suck. Like, I'm such an amateur. But they've been doing it like 20 something years, but still, like, I can only hope to be good that one. You know that Calvin, I have like a hugest crush on him. And I actually emailed or messaged them on Facebook. And I was telling him just how I admire him and stuff and wanted to be like him. And of course, I never got a message back from him. I was so disappointed. I got a message back from his team or whatever. So that was sad. I don't get many like crushes on people, but I have a major crush on him. I really do. I don't know what it is. It's his personality. Like, I don't know. His personality, the way he communicates with spirit, and the way he just tells it how it is, that's how I do. Because they cuss. People say spirit don't cuss. They cuss to them. Yes, they do cuss. They still keep their personality. If they cuss in life, they cuss in death. It's not against the rules. So that's why people gave me such a hard time over Shanann. Dude, she cussed like a sailor. She still cusses like a sailor in her EVP sessions that I've seen. And everybody's like, spirit doesn't cuss. Yes, they do. You guys need to learn something before you start coming at me like that. It made me so mad. What is this? So, oh yeah, I mean they still keep their personality, and that's how she was. If you've ever watched any of her live, dude, I finally watched some of her live, and I was like, oh my gosh, I did sound exactly like her, because there's some people that told me I sounded exactly like her. Things that I would say sounded just like they came out of her mouth, and I didn't realize it till I watched her, and I said, holy crap, yeah, exactly. You know. So I tore apart my bed. I'm washing everything. It's not going to get done. I'm probably going to end up sleeping on the couch tonight. It's better anyways. At least I'll want to get up in the morning. I'm not an early riser. I mean, spirit does. That's what they do. I mean, people that say that are dumb. Ugh. So, anyways. all we can do is hope and pray for the best. Everybody's found the way that they're supposed to be found. That's like when it came to Stephanie, and the guy was just like, oh, she let her down and all this other mumbo jumbo. I know I got on late. I'm sorry. I had to do my hair, and I got behind because I had to take my mom to a couple places, so I got a few hours behind. And so I apologize. But thank you, Linda. Yeah, I will. You guys will hear about it one way or another, And if I don't find it tomorrow, we might end up going back. I don't know. It just depends on if I think I can do it. If there comes a point where I don't feel like I can, then I don't feel like I can, but I'll pull out every stop that I can. Like I said, I'll bring the rods. We're going to bring a map, a paper map. I'll use a pendulum if I have to. I'll look at their picture. I'll take a pen and paper and maybe try to write some stuff, So I have I have ideas on what I'm going to do. I'll pull out all the stops that I can because I feel like, I'm kind of their chance to be found. And even when I've sent people to look at in other cases, and it's just, I don't feel like they go the areas that I would like them to. So, she cracks me up when she says, "Hi, baby." I will. You know what? Depends on what time I get home. Last time I got home till like 10 and I was dead tired. So it's all going to depend. And since I have to drive to meet her out there, she was going to pick me up. And I thought, well, if she picks me up, I can do a live on the way. But since I'm driving, I can't really do that. So, we'll see. I don't know if I can do it tomorrow, but maybe the next day. But anyways, I sent people to, like I was saying, I sent people to look, but it's not the same as me because I don't feel like they check where I want them to check. So that's another reason I need to go do it. I'm being a little control freak about this for some reason. And like I said, people are found the way they're meant to be found. Sometimes we're meant to find them. Sometimes we're not. Sometimes, maybe a psychic is meant to. Sometimes they're not. Maybe a passerby is meant to. It's just how it happens. However it's supposed to happen is how it happens. So, I think I might have something juicy in my group. So apparently the adoptive parents were out sex shopping at a sex store today. It's gross. Gross. Ugh. Sometimes I can't understand what she says. Sometimes I thought she says beautiful girl, but probably because I tell her that. What a good girl. No concern. You don't see them out looking for them, do you? Of course, they're not really allowed to. They're back in Bakersfield now, but that's good. Because guess what? They're being watched. And they can't go where I'm going. So. Oh, you're watching, Angela? I just told him what you said. I just told him what you said in the group. Man. I don't know. It's sad, sad, sad. Some people just shouldn't even be. And dude's crazy, dude. When I did the reading on him and I was trying to feel the energy, my mind was all over the place. It was just nuts. I felt nuts. So. Well, that could be one reason I kept getting prison. So, I don't know. I think she does. She says, how you doing? She says, hi, baby. How you doing? And then sometimes, I think she was saying, "You're a good girl." I think she says beautiful girl sometimes, but I think I only heard it once. Like, there's certain things she only says once, but she doesn't say it again. But she mumbles a lot too and says different words. But she just started saying hi baby, so for like an hour or two, she'll sit there and just go, "Hi baby, what you doing? Hi baby, what you doing?" And I'll talk back to her and I'll say, "What you doing?" And she'll start like kind of mumbling other stuff. So we talk back and forth to each other. But that's how she started talking, because I used to talk to her all the time. And I hand fed her and I told her, "You better be a talker." So he's definitely, like, I said that he probably had PTSD, which did come up as probably being validated. And like I said, I think he drinks. And what's weird is Jack Daniels came in Delphi, my original auto rights, and I'm wondering what else I got in the original Delphi auto rights that matched this case, because like I said, I got past, present, and future, and I got Jack Daniels, and it tripped me out because I was watching the Richard Ramirez thing from Netflix, The Night Stalker, and when he was arrested, he was wearing a Jack Daniels shirt. Tripped me out because I know I picked up serial killers in there, and I'm confusing now. I'm not driving. Anyways, I don't remember what I was saying. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought because someone messaged me. What was I saying? Yeah, my bird always does that when we come on live. It's weird. Crap, what was I saying? Someone remind me what I was talking about right now. My mind just went totally blank. I hate when I do that. It happens a lot to me. Where I like lose my train of thought. Okay, yeah, serial killers. Thank you. So I was watching the show and I saw that he was arrested in a Jack Daniels shirt, and I thought that was interesting because, you know, I got Jack Daniels randomly in the original Delphi auto rights, and now it turns out that this guy had a Jack Daniels bottle in his trash. So I don't know. It just kind of tripped me out. Things that come in my readings can have multiple meanings for multiple cases too, but it just tripped me out a little bit. Him and Richard Ramirez both like Jack Daniels, apparently. So, yeah, on my Delphi auto rights, the one I did when they first went missing in 2017, there's 10 of them. But it's not just Delphi like I thought it was when I did it. It's multiple cases, past, present, and future. So, and he was deceased at the time, so I probably did pick him up. Yes, Richard Ramirez. But that tripped me out, so I'm glad you like listening to her. I wish she would talk more when she's out, because whenever I videotape her, she has a TikTok channel, but I can only get her running back and forth across here saying, "What you doing? What you doing? What you doing?" But if you want to follow it, it's Kamara's Journey 0412. Oh, wait, 0412, I think, because that's her birthday. And she just runs back and forth and she goes, "What you doing? What you doing?" But that's all she says. But she'll talk all day long in her cage. She's shy, I guess. I'm hoping she'll learn how to talk more out here. Yeah, both. Dude, Richard, if you guys have not seen The Night Stalker on Netflix, watch it. It's good. It's good. I had no idea. I had no idea about a lot of that. And in Delphi, I got a lot of devil stuff. He used to worship the devil and stuff. Like, I was wondering if that's why he wasn't channeling through me, because I've channeled Ted Bundy when I worked on Susan's case. Ted Bundy kept coming in because it was from Utah. And so that's where he did some of his killing. So he kept coming in. I know. I need to. I have a camera and I couldn't get it to work because I bought it just for that. And I can't get it to connect to my Wi-Fi. I have to try to figure it out. I also I need to get a baby monitor with a camera for the goats because, like I said, she's going to go into labor and I have to be there because sometimes they leave their babies out in the cold and they die. And I just can't, I'll never forgive myself. So, yes. Jack Daniels and Delphi and Richard Ramirez. But like I said, in Delphi Auto Rights, I got a bunch of different cases. And I think I picked up Richard Ramirez. He was deceased. But I think it interconnects the Jack Daniels in this case. Dude, did you know that the Night Stalker and also the Hillside Stranglers were active at the same time? It was something about the 1980s. Serial killers were running rampant around that time. Maybe because there wasn't DNA or whatever. I'm sure they run rampant now, but they're not as known because there's so many missing people. So my friend is coming to get me and I'm not driving, so maybe we can do live on the way back or the way there or whatever. We'll just have to see how it goes. The live might be dark if we do it on the way back. But if we do it on the way there, it's way too early, so there wouldn't be much to talk about anyways. Dude, he's so covered up. You can barely even see who the fuck he is. He's wearing all black. Wonder what adult store that was. Yeah, I'm not going alone. Not this time. I did before, but only because I have no friends. Yeah, she was with them. Yeah, I wish there's a way to post pictures on here, but there's not. Here, let me see if I can show you guys with my phone. You can't really see it. See? Can you guys kind of see it? It's kind of getting better. They're obviously in incognito, or he is. Not really her. He's so ugh. He's disgusting. Right. Well, not always. I mean, sometimes it's just fun. But I'm sure that they are at this. If they're not, then she's an idiot. She's an idiot anyways. I don't even know why I said that. She's an idiot for being with him in the first place. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, baby. She's so cute. She has the cutest voice. You know, I'm trying to get my birds out tonight, but fuck, I don't know. I'm running out of time. Today I didn't have enough time for everything I wanted to do today. I'm kind of irritated. Hey, Desiree. I'm actually freaking starving right now. Hello. I know, I said it wasn't going to be long, and it's already been an hour. You guys will have to rewind what I was talking about, because it's an hour worth of stuff. So, but I took my dog when I went last time, so I wasn't really by myself. I don't think he'll let anybody hurt me. But he's got shepherd in him. He's super smart, so we'll see. I've tried to teach her to say other stuff, and she does sometimes, but it's just constant. What you doing? Hi, baby. Hi, baby. What you doing? Hi, baby. What you doing? Over and over and over and over and over. But it used to be just what you doing, and now she's added hi, baby, so she's learning. And now she started, like I said, sometimes I swear she said, like, what do you think you're doing? Or one time I thought she said beautiful girl, and I thought she was saying good boy for a little bit. So I'm surprised she doesn't cuss, dude. Surprised she doesn't say fuck. Seriously, because I say that word all the time. But it's weird because she does go, come on. And I didn't realize where she was getting it at. And it's because I tell the dogs, come on. And I don't realize I'm doing it. Just like I say, what you doing all the time? And I didn't realize I was doing it. So she calls the dogs too. It's cute though when she does that. But yeah, I'm surprised, dude. I'm surprised that wasn't the first word she picked up. I say it probably a lot more than what you're doing. Because my dogs, I have a lot of dogs and they get into things and I'm constantly, I cuss at them sometimes. So I'm surprised. Plus I have a 16-year-old that doesn't listen. So I'm super surprised. So that's good. That'll even be more fun because then I don't have to like drive by myself at all. And Eli's going to take care of the dogs for me like he did last time. So, yeah. No, she already does meow. There's been times she's like meowed and I thought it was a cat. And it wasn't. It was her. So she does. She doesn't bark, but she does meow. I'm surprised she doesn't bark. Midori, my conure, when the dogs bark, he tries to bark. Like he makes this really loud noise with the dogs sometimes, but it doesn't sound like a bark. So, but she does meow. And it's because my cats meow, She's a Indian ringneck and she has gotten better. She used to try to attack me every time, like be really cage aggressive. And even when I had her out, she lunged. She was going through a bluffing stage, but now she goes like this and she sits forward like this and she listens to me and I talk to her. It's the cutest thing. I have a video of it, but she just like sits like this while I talk to her. It's so cute. She hasn't tried to attack me in a while, so hopefully her bluffing stage is over because that is horrible. If you've ever had a bird and they go through bluffing, it makes you really think that your bird hates you. So I hope it's not too muddy out there tomorrow. I know we had snow and then we had a bunch of rain for a couple of days, but it was supposed to snow up until 4 today and it did not here. Let's see how much. Okay. I don't have much time on my thing. So that's cute. My dogs would probably kill it. I know, that's what I'm worried about too, is like if I have these goats and I have to bring them in because they get cold, because I have to I'm going to have to get like a chicken panel or something for heating for the moms because it's so cold and the babies can't regulate their temperature. And sometimes I'm part of this goat group and I've learned a lot from it. And sometimes they have to bring them in to warm them up because the mom has them out in the cold or the mom doesn't want anything to do with them. And I'm like, dude, where am I going to put them if I have to bring them in here to warm them up and stuff? Because the dogs, like, where am I going to put them? Especially if they become bottle babies and because I don't know how she's going to be. She's a first time mom. Hopefully she'll be okay, and keep them warm and stuff, but I don't know. So I dreamed about that for 5 nights. I dreamed about they'd already been born or they're being born. And I'm stressed out. Well, they're my son's FFA goats, so they're not mine, but I take care of them basically. I'm the one going, because when we move, me and my mom want to do like a little farm. We want to do maybe like a petting zoo or goat yoga or something like that for our own little business. So you have to have two, though. You're supposed to have two goats because they're herd animals. But because we're moving soon, because they're starting to sell the houses, I want to keep one of the babies if I possibly can. But I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to see, because if we're moving, I'd like to, because they're the only babies. So, because Eli says after this he's done with them, and he's like, I'm gonna sell my adults. So I'm like, no, you're not. I've put so much time and energy into those goats and money and everything. No. Mm-mm. So, because he doesn't even think he's gonna have to get into work. We have goat milk gonna be coming. We're gonna have to make like goat soap and things like that. Goat milk soap. We're gonna learn how to make goat milk soap and stuff. So, if you guys, I'll be talking about that on here. I actually already did a reading on them, but I didn't release it. And I worked with someone from Bakersfield on it that knows one of them, and she there's been something that was validated about it that I told her, because I felt like, and I hate to say it, that Bailey was in on it, and they actually put a warrant out for arrest because they had proof of that. So yeah, I don't need to look up. I know the case. It's just been a few years, and I don't know. I don't know if I can help much on that one because of what surrounds it. There's some, gun running and shit that comes up with it. But I didn't release it just because I don't even remember why. I even talked to Bailey's mom. She didn't really want to listen to what I had to say about that, because who wants to think that their daughter isn't on anything? But cops put out an arrest warrant for a reason. So, anyways, so yeah, we're gonna have to make goat soap and stuff, because he's gotta kind of make his money back, which I don't know if he'll ever do that. And you know who's gonna be doing it? Me. But that's okay, because I need to learn. I need to learn this stuff. I've learned a lot. I even gave a goat their one of the shots myself. That's farming. So I'm learning. I have to learn all this stuff if I'm gonna do it. So I don't know. He got me into it now. And when I said, oh, why don't we do goats for FFA? I had no idea that they would be so much work. That there's so much that go into them. I had no idea. A lot goes into goats, believe it or not. No idea. And yeah, me too. I want mini donkeys and horses and sheep and maybe pigs, but not the crazy kind. I'm waiting to see my friend. She got a mini pig, I guess, from these people that say they do say mostly small. So she's gonna let me know how big it gets. But I already got the dogs and cats. But yeah, I don't know. I never thought I'd be into farming, because farming can be so sad. I noticed that a lot in the groups and stuff. A lot of their goats die giving birth and having kids, and the babies die. And I don't know if my heart can handle that. That's the only thing. But I'm not going to probably I don't think I'm going to be in it for the breeding thing. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's kind of stressful, because it's not like dogs. It's a lot harder. I'm being very neurotic about it right now. Like I'm trying to get a kit together, making sure she has everything she needs, everything they need. And now I'm worried because they don't have a barn to go in. I'm worried they're going to freeze. I'm going to miss it because I don't know what I'm looking for. So, and it'll probably be around my birthday is what I keep thinking. So I don't know. I'm all neurotic about it lately. Eli's not even worried, but he doesn't see what I see, all the stuff that can go wrong. But I know a guy here that he's been, he has horses and goats and stuff, and he's had them for years. And I told him, I said, hey, if I need help, can you come help me? And he said, yeah. So, hey, what are you doing? Crazy? Here comes Astra. The kitty that always comes on the lives. So, I don't know. I'm hoping that everything will go. Take over. Hoping everything goes good tomorrow. Before you guys go to bed tonight, say a little prayer. For me to be able to trust my feelings, to get my feelings, to, for the kids to be strong, for it just everything to go right. The more that we put into it and ask for it as a whole, the more it should manifest. So, she's a little spiritual kitty, huh? Did you guys, what was I gonna say? My friend that's going with me tomorrow, she bought a couple of sweatshirts. She said she loves them. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I know it's late. Thank you. I appreciate that, Terry. And it's cool that you don't live that far away from me. That's neat. Dude. Yes. You just made Zook freaking jump into the thing.
So sorry.
Can you pick that up?
I was just coming to get tea.
Can you pick that up? That he jumped into? He literally flew into that. My dog has filled his toy bin up. Well, my dog and his puppies, have filled my toy bin up with water bottles. My son just came in, that's why. But filled it up with water bottles. So Zook just jumped in it and it fell over, but all the water bottles are inside of it because they literally take the water bottles out of my thing and put it in the toy chest. They're weird. Yeah, when my son comes in, well, you can tell nobody would try to come and break in on me. Are you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's right there in the basket. And grab one of those one cheeses for Mima's.
That's why I'm getting it for Mima.
Oh, they're right there in the thing where I always put all lunch meat and everything. That's what I said. No one's breaking in here. That's my kid. He just scared everybody. Everybody was sleeping, so no one's gonna break in here. But that's good because I'm a woman alone, just me and my kid. So, and he's not, always here. So he's 16. He's gonna be leaving soon. These are my alarms. My alarm clocks, huh? Did you find it? Not that one. They are a pack of square cheese like you put on sandwiches. I eat that one. Anybody have any teenagers? He just turned 16 this month. And I just want sometimes. They are so up and down as teenagers. I know. Yeah. Well, you're in for it, Galaxy. 10 is nice age. Just wait till they hit about 14. Hey! Don't do that. Are you literally cannot find it? It's right there. Is that the one that's open? Because there's one that's not open. There's one that's not open.
We're using it for chili. We're not going to put Swiss cheese on chili.
You're using it for what?
Chili. We're not going to put Swiss cheese on chili.
Oh, well, you could have told me that and you could have taken the other one. Okay, whatever.
Sorry, everybody on my mom's line.
He said, sorry, everybody. He's actually being nice right now. 18, 16, 13, and 3. Oh, yeah. Well, I feel bad for you. 16 is bad enough. Yep. No. Yeah, no. You know, no one ever warned me about this when I was having him. I missed the age about 7. 7 was a good age. 7, 8. Yeah, I missed that age. Papa, you keep coming out of your collar, dude. So, it gets worse. It gets worse. Yep. Where's your... It definitely gets worse. Okay. Back up. He was 15 for a year, and that was horrible. 4. I don't know. My kid was kind of crazy around that age. I don't know. As a baby, all he did was cry as a baby. He wasn't the best toddler. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I guess like 4 or 5. I missed 7 though. 7 for some reason was a good age for me. 7, 8. Hey, stop. Stop being a dick. Those are puppies. They're not puppies anymore. They're huge. Hey, stop, Bubba. Yeah, well, my son was like that. He was clingy when he was little too, and now he's just attitude. You know, just attitude. Like he told me today, I'm not supposed to do everything for you. I'm like, yes, you are. You're my kid. You're supposed to help your mom. You're 16. You don't think you're not going to have to help your girlfriend or wife or whoever? I mean, he couldn't even like help. Well, he helped me get it off, but he was like being a jerk when it came to putting back my windshield wiper back on. So I'm just like, dude, I don't know. I'll give anything for him to go back to a baby. We were talking about today, me and my mom, we were talking about like when he used to watch like Yo Gabba Gabba and all those shows like when he was little. Like I was having a memory thing today. Raven, leave her alone. I know. Exactly. But you know what? I don't know. Like, and I'm moving. He doesn't want to move with me. He's just so like tough now. And I feel like I yell at him all the time because it's like little stuff. Like he doesn't close the gate. He knocks the gate off the hinges. He doesn't turn off the lights. It's like I have to tell him things 500 times, man. And his attitude. I mean, yeah, we have good times. It's like kind of cool to hang out with him sometimes, but sometimes it's not. Aww. But that's a girl. I don't know who's worse, girls or boys. They always say that the boys are better when they're older, but I have yet to see that. He wants to go to his dad's. He doesn't want to leave his dad, and I keep telling him, dude, like, we're not going to be that far. You can take a plane, take a train, learn how to drive. Like, I'm not going to keep you from your dad. You know what I mean? I don't know. My boy has the attitude of a girl. And he's like worse. Like, you can't have one piece of hair on him or he freaks out. Like, for his birthday, I got him a hair roller. And then he can't, like, his hair has to be perfect. Like, he reminds me so much of his dad. It's ridiculous. Like, he's nothing like me. Nothing. Everything has to be perfect all the time. He's OCD. Yeah, I don't know. I look back, I'm like, where did time go? Like, I don't know. I miss him as a baby. But I don't want to really do it all over again, though. Oh, wow. You have a big gap there on that last one. You started all over. I don't know how you're doing that. I don't think I can start all over. I thought for a little while I wanted to. You know, I wanted a little girl, but I don't think I want to start over. I think I have my animals. They're my kids. They're easier. They're easier, huh, girl? Oh, yeah, those are easier. Yeah. Right, exactly. And then they sit there and say, "But you're always yelling at me. You're always griping at me." Well, if you would just do it, then we wouldn't have to keep yelling at you because you're not listening. It's like I must tell him things 500 times, and then he gets mad because I start screaming, and I'm like, "Dude, I'm just tired of telling you." See, I swear she just laughed. But that's funny. I don't know. I only had one. I was an only child. My son will probably... Okay, chill out. My son will probably be an only child because it just seems to be the way that we are, you know. He's so tough that he's made me not want anymore. You know, he's got ADHD and stuff, and he refuses to take his medicine, and then he's just a jerk all the time. So he won't do his work. He's failing at school. He refuses to do it. He just thinks, oh, I'll just get a job. I'm like, dude, you can't survive just on a regular job anymore. You like way too many expensive things. Like, you make me broke all the time. You're not going to be able to just survive on a job. You're going to be like your mom and struggle, and I don't want that for you. But I guess he has to learn his own lessons because he's not listening to me. He just rather fell out of school. So, see, I'm not the only one that yells. He thinks I'm the only one that yells and loses my temper, but I mean, I can't help it. I try not to. He just makes me lose my temper. Like today, you know, him telling me, well, I don't have to do everything for you. I'm not supposed to do everything for you. I'm not supposed to help you with everything. I said, that's why we have kids. Yes, you are. I said, none of my other friends have this problem with their kids when they ask them to do something. And then I put it on myself, and I was like, see, I don't need you anyways. I don't need no one. Yeah, he won't take them. He gets Social Security. Obviously, he has a problem, but he refuses. Yeah. I don't know. Dude, I try to take his game, and it becomes almost a fist fight. So that's why... Oh, I've had to help him. I have to help him all the time. That's the thing. You know who's taking care of his goats the last 4 days because it's raining and he don't want to go outside in the rain? Me. I was literally out there putting a tarp on the boys' one because it wasn't up to my par. Like, I wanted it to be more the front closed off more so that the rain didn't get in this way. And I was out there putting a tarp on in the rain by myself, no help, and they're his. It's his grade. And I fed him all that time just because, and taking care of him because he doesn't want to go out in the rain or the snow or whatever. I don't freaking care. I was out there in the rain. Well, I'm trying to learn how to be a farmer anyways. So, dude, I bet it did. My kid would freaking... Well, he doesn't even use my internet. He says my internet's too slow for his games and stuff. So he uses the hotspot from the school, which he's not supposed to do. And I've told him multiple times he's not supposed to do. And so I can't really unplug that. I don't know what he does with it. But I went in and tried to take his game out of the room. Dude, it became almost fist fight because he will get physical with me. Because his temper is just as bad as mine. He's got the worst freaking chart. He is a Capricorn sun, a Aries rising, and a Scorpio moon. So his emotions are like a Scorpio. I don't know what I ever did. I was a good kid to end up with this. I was never like this to my kids. I asked my mom today, was I like that? Dude, I keep telling him he's not supposed to do it. Well, everybody else does. They haven't, dude. He's been doing that for months. Dude, I know. I try to tell him that. He's so much like the other part of him and not like me. He was there for a couple months. I mean, he does the same shit there. That's the thing too, is he respects his dad and stuff. He don't do his dad and his stepmom that way. He don't. Well, they would have given him a laptop too, but I had bought him one before because he needed for his schoolwork that he doesn't even do. And I was telling the school that I wasn't sure if my internet, because sometimes my internet gets off because I can't pay the bill or I'm late paying the bill. And so I'm late paying the bill. So then, we asked for a hotspot just in case, but he doesn't even like to use my internet because he complains about how slow it is because it's satellite and there's nothing else I can get here. I've tried. So irritating, you know? I don't know. And, I'm trying to help him drive because I bought him driver's ed last year. And, he lost how to get into it and whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. What he does because, Well, it's hard for me because I don't have anybody else. He's all I got. So it's hard for me to just let him go to his dad's because I just have animals. I don't have any friends. I only got my mom and my animals, and that's it. I've got online people, but not people I talk to all the time or whatever. So my dogs are messing up my couch, man. Well, I try to tell him that, he doesn't want to go with us, and I'm like, you don't know because you've never been anywhere else. You don't know if you will like it. I've been here for 38 years. My mom's been here for almost 66. We don't want to be here anymore. We need to go, and we want to go and expand our horizons and be where we want to be, right? It's just now we're trying to find out, because like I told my mom, where we really want to move in Oregon, it gets a lot of snow. We can't do what we want to do in a lot of snow. My aunt lives in Arizona, so we might think about Arizona because that's where my two lines were. My lifelines were either in Arizona or Oregon, so either will work. She doesn't like the desert. I'm more of a heat person. I like the heat more than I do the cold, but I always see myself in Oregon, so I'm kind of struggling with, Plus, I think it's cheaper in Arizona than it is in Oregon. However, when I looked at property taxes in Oregon were cheaper. I don't freaking know what we're going to do now. I guess it depends on how much money we get, but dude, I know. It's because he's too lazy to do the class. So now I have to rebuy the class because he doesn't know how to log into it because he deleted the email or I don't know. I know. And that's what I told my mom. I don't know if my body can handle the cold. As much as I always see myself in Oregon, she's like, it's different. I'm like, Mom, cold is cold. Like, I don't even like when it freaking snows here. But, like, I'm starting to lean towards Arizona only because where? Arizona or Oregon? Because every place I find in Oregon is like the same as California, except for the one where there's heavy freaking snow. And I don't want to go. If I moved to Florida, he would go no problem because he's got family up there. But I don't want to go to Florida. My mom doesn't want to go to Florida because I don't like hurricanes. I don't want to be in a place where there's hurricanes, and I don't want to be in a place where there's tornadoes. Because I've got too many animals to deal with trying to evacuate everybody. I'm not doing it. So, my mom doesn't like the desert because she says it's too hot. But my aunt moved out there. That's why there's air conditioning. I don't know. So I was kind of thinking about Arizona. Do you know about the properties out there? Because I'm trying to talk her into it, at least thinking about it. Because I'm like, we need to go where we can afford. My aunt's already out there. That was the other place my line was. So either, and my son said that he would like to go to Arizona. He doesn't really want to go to Oregon, but he'll go to Arizona. We don't want that much, but we're going to go in on the land together. Well, like 5 acres would be fine. My aunt lives in Sierra Vista or something like that. See, so there is a lake in Arizona. I told my mom, stop it. I told my mom there's other areas. It's not just desert. Like they have other things in Arizona. But I told her, you need to consider other areas. Although I've always seen myself in Oregon, the more that I look at it, it's just as expensive as California in some places. Except for the place we want to go, like, I guess gets heavy snow because it's Central Oregon, and I can't do the heavy snow. I said, we can't be having, like, a little farm thing like we want to have in a bunch of snow. I don't want snow. I don't want snow. But I told, we've always wanted to go to Oregon, so I don't know. Every time I've always seen, like, visions of my future, it's always been in Oregon. But because it's, like, really spiritual and stuff there, too, really beautiful. I just think I've always seen myself, like, in the woods and stuff, but I just don't know if we can afford the southern part of Oregon, And we don't want to be in California anymore. I'm over California's bullshit. Like, 200, my tags are due on my car, $200 for 1 year in California. And it's, like, 70 everywhere else for, like, 2 years. Yeah, I don't know, Portland. I don't want to go to Portland or anything. I want to be, like, in a small area. See, my mom doesn't think that there's a river that I'm going to have to tell her that. She needs to look because I told her there's rivers and shit that run through Arizona. Where at, Desiree? In Oregon? No. I thought it was cheaper up there for that. Yeah, well, like, that's the southern part, though. Would you stop? The part that I'm wanting to go, okay, $80 for 2 years, yeah. And you're in California, right, Desiree? See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, Seattle. That's what I'm freaking talking about. Like, I could do $80 for 2 years and $200 for 1 year. It's freaking California. Lake Pleasant in Arizona? I don't know how far. I don't know anything about where my aunt. When I looked it up, it looked like the top property taxes in Arizona were high, though, unless I'm just tripping. Because what we want to do is, and I think the cheapest way for us to do it is get a few acres and then put manufactured homes on it. We'll have to see, what's allowed, and I have to do farming in order to have what I want to have. It has to be farming land. So, that's what we want to do because, stop it. Some of those manufactured homes you can get for, pretty good amount, 50, 60,000. Well, and then it's like 20,000 to put it on something. But if we go in on the land, we should be able to do that. My mom doesn't need a huge house either because it's just her and her dog. I'm not moving in with her because I have my animals, so she's allergic to cats. We can't live together anyways. We'll kill each other. But, really? Huh. How does that work? If I told my mom that, she'd be so down. She just thinks of the desert and she thinks of heat. And I'm like, Mom, you're going to have a nice house that has air conditioning. Yeah, how does that work? Sound like she said Scooby Dooby Doo. Yeah, that's not bad. Hey, you need to message me on Facebook whenever you figure it out. Whenever you talk to him and figure it out. Yeah, but I mean, come on. It gets cold here at night. I can handle that. It's down in the 30s, right? What is it now? Because I live in the mountains. It's 36 degrees right now, so Yeah, like I said, I'm cold. We just had a whole storm. This whole week is stormed. It's always cold in February where I live right now, because I live in the mountains, so we get snow and stuff. That's why I said I'm worried about the goats. I don't want to be cold. And that's another thing. Like, I don't know. I told her, like, we can't have our farm that we want to have, goat yoga and all that. We can't be doing that in the snow, dude. Like, you just can't. Dude, she thinks it is. Like I said, it sucks because I've always seen myself in Oregon. Like, I've always had visions of me looking out the window and I'm in the forest, and that's where I've always seen. But like I told her, we got to go where we can afford, man. We want out of California, though. California's too expensive for us. I think we could have a better life if we didn't have to pay so much everything in California. California's so expensive. Like I said, $200 for a year tags, that's crazy. I can't do that. I mean, that's why I don't get tagged for 6 months, and then I get pulled over. I can't afford it, And Eli's money can't pay for it, so I got to try to come up with it somehow, some way. My car's expensive enough. I got ripped off on that, too, so I need a truck anyways. Eventually, I need a truck, because if I'm going to do farming, I need a truck. Did it have any land on it? My aunt said something about, she found us a big old mansion or something out there. I'm not living with them. I'm living separate. They can buy it if they want. Because we don't know how much we're getting. It's coming from a trust. And we're just going to, since they're selling the houses that we're living in, we don't have a choice but to move. But we just don't want to stay in this area anymore. Like, I think 66 years and 38 years is long enough to be in one place. I'm over it. Yeah. Well, that's what we want. We want land, because we want 5 acres or something, and put our own little houses on it. And then I can build have my little farm, get a little barn out there or something. I just worry about the snakes and shit, but I mean, we have snakes here. I don't know. We don't have much longer because they're already starting to sell the other houses, and we're arguing about selling mine last or giving it to me and letting me sell it so that I can kind of, go with the time. But we're just ready to get out of here because I keep having problems, My cousin keeps calling animal control on me, and then it's just bullshit. So I'm tired of dealing with it. I can't be free here. So we need to, move. And my mom, she doesn't want to, her house is falling apart. So we're just ready. We're just ready to go. Yeah, call me Florida. I don't know. Everybody says Oregon's the same way. I don't know. I don't really know much, and I don't want, like I said, I want to go where there's tornadoes and hurricanes. It kind of only gives us these 2 places. My aunt loves it in Arizona. She says that, they have the monsoons out there or whatever, but she likes it. Rain isn't that bad, I mean, we have freaking 70-mile-an-hour winds here. My house felt like it was going to blow away the other night. Everything was blowing around. That's the second time that happened. The first time I had to chase freaking trash cans down the street. So, anyways, if you guys find anything, just message me on Facebook and let me know, because we're trying to find a place. I'm trying to let her know, dude, like, she sounded a little more open to it today, but I don't think she knows there's a river and lakes. Yeah, I've tried to tell my mom that. I said, the more that I've looked in, hey, what you on that? I tried to tell her, I said, the more I've looked into Oregon, it's pretty expensive, except for there's no sales tax, and it seems like the taxes on the properties are cheaper or whatever. But I don't know. I told her we're gonna have to do some kind of like, because I don't know. It's hard for me to work a real job because of how I never know how I'm gonna feel. But I think we could do something like, that and be our own hours and whatnot. And I don't know how it would go. I think it'd work out better in a warmer place than a colder place. And I think I still want to do, obviously still want to do my nonprofit. So that's been a dream for a long time. So it's just getting it done and finding the people to do it with. If I could find the people to do it with, we could do fundraising for it, but I just don't have anybody that's like, sticking with me all that and is interested in staying and not, running off. I know, but I actually talked to a realtor. A lot of people are going to Texas too, but I talked to a realtor that's actually in Texas, and she said that not to use Zillow and things like that, because by the time you know what you're going to get, the property will be gone. She said that you need a realtor, and plus the realtor will know, like, because I tried Zillow, I couldn't find good property for what I need, because I'm looking, it has to be zoned a certain way, and also we need to be able to have more than one structure on it. So, a realtor would be able to tell us that more than I could look it up. I don't know if that makes sense. You know what I mean? But, we definitely have to move. So, it's just, where we're going. I did, but it seemed, when I looked at it, it seemed expensive in Arizona. And the property taxes seemed hella high. It seemed there was cheaper ones in Oregon, but the area that it's in is like really snowy, but the property taxes were low. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just hoping that we'll find something and we're not stuck being homeless trying to figure out where we're going to go. I know. Yeah, they do sometimes. Oh, because my everything's in the trust. My grandma passed away 3 years ago, and we had issue with the trustee, which is now issues with the trustee. So we got a new trustee, and she's finally doing everything she's supposed to, and she's selling all the properties, because that's all that's in the trust apparently is property. So we can't get our share of the trust until everything's sold. So I don't know if you guys are on Facebook, you guys should join my group. Shine Like a Diamond. I love this stuff. Like, I didn't even realize I was using this. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Candula face wash. It's I use a bar, and then I have the face cream, and every time that I had breakouts, it would heal it. But like, my face used to have so many like white spotches, and like the white spotches are going away. It's amazing. And then this makeup, doesn't even, it's very natural looking, but I just got this vegan mascara for my company. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's not caked on. Look at that. It's not clumpy. It's not flaky. It doesn't make my eyes hurt because I wanted to try it because sometimes mascara makes my eyes hurt. So if you guys are, and it wasn't expensive either. So if you guys are looking for some good stuff for your skin, because like my skin used to break out all the time and everything I used to use, this stuff, my skin doesn't break out. The makeup, the face stuff, everything, my face does not break out. It's pretty awesome. So I want to throw that out there just because I like it so much. I like to share it. Dude, I use it. It's all I use. I don't like anything else anymore because it just, everything else always broke me out. This doesn't have all the chemicals in it that, you know, a lot of the other makeups have in the US. So it's Shine Like a Diamond on, there's a group and there's a page. You want to check that out? Jesus, $600. Damn. I don't know. My aunt really likes it out there. And so she said she might move to Oregon with us, but I don't think she really wants to. My mom doesn't like the desert. And I'm like, dude, it's not what you think, Mom. Like, I don't like the desert either. I mean, I just explained how I don't like the desert. But I wonder how much it is to, well, my aunt said it's cheaper to tag cars out there than it is here. I don't know. So, like, I always get stressed out around tag time because I don't ever have the money for my tags. Like, I could come up with $80 easier than I can come up with $200. You know? Sucks. Tammy, I thought you were going to bed. Shoot, I gotta do my reading still. Oh my god, no one's gonna be up to help me. Williams does. It looks like Oregon, like the area. Williams, Arizona. Is it? I didn't think that Arizona had trees. I like to have it twice, like only once every 2 years or something, because I don't like doing it every year. It'd have to be outside of Williams because I don't want to live in a city. I can't have a farm in a city. I've always wanted to visit Sedona because they have a I'm gonna have to talk to her about this because there's all kinds of trees around there, all green. She's tripped. I wonder how far it is from my aunt though. My aunt's in Sierra Vista. What is Sierra Vista? She left because of all the drama, and that's where she ended up. But she had someone to go with her, so. Sierra Vista, yeah. Right. I have to find farm zoning. Sedona is pretty too. It's got trees around it. But I know that's where like there's a port, like a vortex out there, like a good vortex, not a bad vortex. I don't know. Me and her have to talk about it again because I don't think she realizes that it's not like everywhere is like desert. I don't know. Yeah, it probably is. But still, I'd be closer to visit it. Actually, my mentor lived in Arizona. I'm not really sure where she lived though. Excuse me. She lived in Arizona and she passed away, but a couple of years ago. I miss her. I don't know. I have to show her that there's like greenery out there, but I don't know about. She went to Arizona on my birthday last year. Well, around my birthday to go with my aunt because my aunt was here. She went back with her, and I don't know. I don't know if she really liked it or not, but she didn't like see everywhere. She just saw, some area there. So I don't know. She finally said today, well, I guess we can go. We got to go where we can afford, but she thinks we're getting more than we are. So right. That's cool. It's just I don't know if my aunt would move. I don't know if we would, you know. Her and my mom are so close. It's been hard with, my mom being here and her being out there cuz that's the only sister she's close with. So it's been hard for both of us cuz like, we're both close with her. It's like just the three of us left in the family that hang out together, so well, guys, I guess I better hop off here and do my reading. I was actually going to let my birds out tonight, but it's late. I don't think I'm going to get to do that. I've got to dry some pants for tomorrow because I don't have any. And obviously my blankets aren't going to get done from my bed, so I'm probably not sleeping in my bed tonight, which is good because then, I'll actually get up in the morning. I get too comfortable in my bed and I don't want to get up. So I guess I should hop off because it's almost midnight and I do need to get some kind of rest for tomorrow. Let's see if anybody's around. I doubt it. So I need to do that reading. Or just, even if it's just a little one, I just see if I can see what else is around so I can get a better idea of where we're going. It's been fun with you guys, though. Thank you for all the information and for not making me feel like I'm just a crazy mom with a 16-year-old. I know, I think there's wild donkeys out in the desert where we were the other day because we saw a lot of little donkey poops or something. I don't know. We have to figure it out soon, though, because like I said, they're already going to start trying to sell my mom's house. So, she's going to have to go before me probably. But it's easier for her. It's just her and her little dog. Me, I got a whole brood. Girl. Well, he's my one and only, so I never been through this before, and I feel for myself. He thinks I'm crazy because I yell and stuff, and I don't mean to. It's just I get tired of repeating myself, I feel like I repeat myself constantly, and he still don't listen. So, and then I'm the one that always has to. There's still his goats. He still should be taking care of him. But I'm not complaining because eventually they're going to be mine because he's not selling them from me. I'm attached. So they're going to be the start of my little farm. And plus, I don't know what happened to them. They could be like, I don't want them to get eaten or something, So, yeah, dude. I can too. Plus, I got to go pee, guys. So, I'll see you guys next time. I'll try to do it'd probably be too early in the morning to do a live one our way, but I might pop in and be like, hey, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. If not, then I'll do it at night or at the night. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't know when I'll do that. I might do like a quick one on the way out there and then like maybe one on the way back. We'll see. Since I'm not driving, I'll see. But I'm going to try to go do a quick reading now that it's midnight and I'm tired. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was fun. I haven't been here in a while. So just want you guys to know that I appreciate you. You too. I appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.